Hi, folks. Nick Tuckert here with the Historical Fencing Guild. Pardon my poof. Before we get into the program, I do need to thank some people. Our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory, IndieCD.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. The Simple Sword, our manual for Western martial arts, designed to help you go from having never handled a sword to teaching the art to others. And of course, my Patreon patrons. These people who give as little as $1 a month help me afford to save up to buy gear that I usually end up donating, review things, and buy things occasionally so you don't have to. I would not be able to function in all my broadcasts without these fine, noble people whose name will be scrolling at the bottom of the page. I do have some things in the works this winter for them, now that I am slowly beginning to recover from my double sprained wrists and my dislocated ankles that bogged me at the beginning. That's Off in the Woods, Frog G, Ronald, Riehn, Bladed Thesis, Brian K. Morris, Cindy Koepp, Steve Agosto, Don Dulas, Angelina, Vaquera-Linke, Joe and Trilaina, Bachman, Richard Asplund Jr., and the incomparable cat Rothermel. You guys are my heart and soul. I could not do this without you. Now, today's fairly special in that we are coming up on the Black Friday type sales. So I am beginning my annual lead up to the holidays where I start looking for the best deals in equipment. New gear often is unveiled this time of year, and I want to be able to help you find gear to help you do what you want to do as safely, as profitably, and as fun as possible. Because it's all more fun if everybody gets to, go and have a lively get-together after the drinks are, after the fighting stops. There are some truly interesting things up, and I will be bringing on screen the Amazon search that I want to discuss some of the budget trainers, and we're going to start price-wise at the bottom, and then we'll expand to seeing what other companies are offering. But whenever there is an opportunity for discount, I do like to have various links and things found. Due to the nature of this video, I don't have them in the description yet, but I do hope to have them pop up as useful for you. As always, feel free to interrupt me with any comments, any questions you have, literally about anything, and we will navigate our way through a little bit of training sword aspirations. For people who know, I do also collect training swords, that I have this habit of then seeing that they go to people who need them. Provided, there are things like being of age. Now, that being said, in the very near future, assuming the schedules and health can be arranged, I will be engaging in training some new students. If it sounds like I am delighted by this, it's because I am delighted by this. So, without further ado, while I prattle, because my comments are quite quiet, I ask anyone who watches this to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and consider joining my Patreon to help me keep doing what I do. But right now, we have some stuff to discuss, and that is not the frame I want. I would like this one. There we go. Now, chief on the items that I want to mention, I have a few that are already queued up. You'll see they are in my list of things that could be useful, and I'm resisting jumping to items that affect me directly, if you understand. As there are quite a few new ones as of this month, so the last 2 weeks. First, I want to cite that the series of gin that I recommended for thesis, and I have used myself many times on this very stream, are down to $29 currently. This is a great price. This is a great opportunity for people looking to get into Eastern martial arts to have access both to a lovely gin, and there is a passable set of Tao that I am tempted by at, again, reasonable prices. So if you're looking for a light Tao, the tips on these do tend to be a little sharp for thrusts, but they are flexible enough that I find them to be quite safe and quite resilient. I am a huge fan of the polypropylene training weapons, as they are more temperature tolerant than some, easy to access. They take paint reasonably well. I believe some of them can be dyed. I haven't done that yet, but they work very good in assorted training situations at a low cost. And most importantly, these come with high quality matching sheaths. We need to start training from the draw. Hello, Dave. Always great to hear from Houston, Texas, Dave. And Botrick says correctly, join the channel. Basically, I've been checking ahead so you don't have to scramble through. I have the Han Dynasty style gin in my possession. It is, where is it? It should be right here. But it slid down. It is. Feline intervention right here. So we are going to swap out for just a moment. This is the Han Dynasty style gin. The tip is a little sharp. I have very much considered trying to round that off and pop for additional safety, but I'm always, put off by the idea of damaging it. This cuts the air well. It gives a good feeling in the hand. It actually has a corded grip, which I did not expect. It is snug in its sheath and is all in all a very good trainer, especially for weapons of this style. I quite like it. It is one of the most beautiful trainers I have ever held. Now, I'm trying not to sheath this in the Japanese way because that always annoys brother thesis. But decades of training aren't going to go away. I also like the dragon inlay on the sheath. I mean, this is not the cheap plastic floppy saya that you find in many bootleg polypropylene katanas. So I expect the reasonable, similar to the same quality in other trainers. Of course, most haven't grabbed a $2.99 sticker off of something by their tassely bits, but I quite like this. I do recommend it if that is your jam in weaponry. Now, I'm being good still. I am being good still because I have considered at points getting the 40-inch two-handed Western broadsword, which is still only at $40. Because the blade is 30 inches, which means the grip is roughly roughly 10 inches. I'm not sure how much of it gets lost in the ricasso. I am tempted by this trainer. I have been for a while. However, there is a situation, and let me bring this back up to here to show you guys as we are doing some sword trainer drooling. We have what appears to be a very familiar looking weapon for Lord of the Rings fans. And it is remarkably inexpensive right now, to the point it may end up coming my way for review if people, isn't it? This is gorgeous. For my tastes, believe it or not, the hilt is just a little short. I like an amount of space between my hands when I'm dual wielding, even something that is so heavily flavored as a bastard sword. But, Lord of the Rings fans are going to instantly recognize who this stout fellow is. And I don't know. I am really, really tempted to attempt to have this fellow follow me home ahead of the holidays for review. I'd like to know what you guys think. Make it pure gold. Ooh. I have the spray paint. That could happen. So, we will see. I have been doing more longsword stuff lately in light of the holiday. Actually, in light of the fact it transfers to short staff better. My primary training of late has been, of course, single-handed sword, because that's every day. A little bit of knife work, but I've been trying to build back my short staff trainer, and I'll go look that up in a bit. But I am $24 is just a good deal with free delivery, so I am tempted. And now we get into the problem. This is a problematic weapon for me. Friends, 27 inches is a sweet spot. This simply needs to follow me home for me. I am an old saber guy. It's one of the first weapons I ever trained in, and I need a brace of these so bad it hurts. But they are nick coated so much that I almost am afraid to order it for myself, lest one of my many friends decide that would be a good Christmas gift, or my loving wife, who may or may not be watching this program. It is shockingly gorgeous. So, for those of you looking for a military trainer, a military saber trainer, where is my lifesteal? Oh, I had to put the lifesteal one to keep it for safety put away. But it is very close to an actual saber that I have. And if I order it, I will have to do a combination review. I am not certain. So we will definitely see that. But 27-inch blade, overall 40 inches. That's interesting. Now, I will remind you guys, this is not the default trainer of the guild. The blunted tip rapiers are. Santa swordsman. And such things. Hold on. I'm going to shout something to my wife. Check. Okay, I was just checking if my wife was watching the stream, because my wife, whom I loves glaives. Now, glaives are tricky to find, and in earlier videos, I showed you how I made one for like $16. Well, I made a spear for $16. The glaive ended up being close to 40. This is a guam. Guangdong Dragon Sword. This is a Quan Dao of some sort. And I need to check this number. Because, and I'm going to do it right now, 180 cm in feet and inches. 5'9". It's a little short, but not bad. It's a little short, but not bad. And the knife has a little screw-on pump. Ooh, ooh. So, my friends, do you think I should order that for my wife? Do you think so? I'd love to know in the comments, because I think she might enjoy it, but don't tell her I was looking into it. Anyway, moving back, maybe. I said moving back. There we go. I have been going through, and they have this influx of surprisingly good trainers. Now, if you have somebody and you are in the actual Historical Fencing Guild and you wanted to buy them a trainer, I have people ask me this. This is what I would consider getting them. It is a little wibbly. Think of it more as a poly foil, especially under heat. But they are surprisingly good, surprisingly high quality rapiers. They just work, and you can sheath them easily in standard PVC. Of course, mine are all downstairs right now because I'm in the middle of resetting my study. But this is a beautiful tool. I have 4 of them. I could easily, if I had to right now pick a weapon as the standard training sword for the Historical Fencing Guild's one-handed fencing, it would be this. It is the best I've seen on the market for what we do. It is just sub 50, so it's right at that $50 line, I mean before taxes. But it is flexible enough to be safe. It is noticeable enough not to be confused with a real weapon easily. It's just an amazing tool for what we do. And I wanted to put that out there. Now, I believe this is the Dow. Is this the Dow? Yes. I think they're calling it a Boken or some garbage, but if someone were looking to bribe, say, Cindy Koepp, which I am horribly tempted to just at $30 send something like this to her house, because she is a short little thing and a 30-inch blade. That's nice. Flexible. This is, ooh. If I had the funds, I would be very tempted to simply add this, add to list. Oh, let's see. Yes, we don't need to see my list, but yes. Both of these, the 37-inch is quite, but that 30-inch would probably be perfect for someone like Cindy Koepp or Foxy if she were watching and she wanted to do something a little more aggressive, a little less flowy, a little less thrust oriented. This is on my to buy tempted list hard. I am very, very tempted by this. I find that one to be hideous, and that one's okay, but I don't like the styling. And that's going to be a matter. Now, this also annoys me. because I have this exact katana trainer right over there in brown, not black. I don't have those with these sheaths because that 30-inch tempts me too. 30 always, I like 30-inch weapons. And no, I don't know who that man is, that strange CGI AI face man, but he terrifies me. This man haunts my nightmares. And I think he should haunt yours too, so I had to show you. But this is a phenomenal trainer for anyone who's done Iaido at any point, if you want a safe, non-steel trainer. Oh no. They've added more since I was here to discuss it. Same company. Oh no, Dachi. No. Not enough. No, not. You know what that is? That's a Nagamaki. That's a full blade length Nagamaki. Well, no, I can't know that this exists. Add to list. Murder. I can't know that this exists. Okay. I gotta look at the measurements, guys. 55 inches. See more product details. Where is the blade length slash? Wait, I think they usually list it here. No? Total length 55 inches. If that's 55 inches, okay, we can guesstimate here. That makes that about a foot. Ooh. Wait. Look. See, I don't know if I trust that picture. Oh no. Guys. I'm gonna have to do a poll. It's the only thing. I'm gonna have to do a poll. Now, we're gonna go to the much cheaper version of something right here. Simple CX. For those of you looking to practice safe sacks, here you go. 11-inch blade, a nice dagger. But another problematic one is this. Because this little slight curved, I'd call it a hanger. Ignoring the horrible names because this company says everything is a katana. But, let's see, 24-inch overall and a cheaper, what's the back end? It's another shield. These are things, because you can buy just the shield. But why wouldn't you throw the $10 and get this beauty? I'm adding that to the list too. Add to list. So, are we starting to see the trend of weapons I need to look through and decide what needs review? Because every time I come in, I look, there's new stuff. Okay. True facts. This is my Sting trainer. I have one. I would like a second one. At 40 right now, compared to some of the others, but it's still sub 50. If you are looking for a trainer for the Hobbit in your life, this is it. I love this thing. I own this thing. It was gifted to me. 24-inch blade overall length. Yeah, that 18.5 makes it long for a dagger by SCA fencing standards. But I would very much like to dual wield these. And I'm going to have to do full reviews on all my trainers like this, filmed individually and then put out. So you guys can expect that in the upcoming future. But since sales are hitting, I can, further detail. Speaking of trainers, I do love a light gin. Don't let Sword Sage know, but I do love a light gin. And if this isn't in my list, it should be. Again, at these prices, I am physically aching. I'm going to have to make a whole public list of all this stuff and share it to you guys. But if you want a light, what is this, a 27-inch blade? 27-inch blade. Very nice for a light gin trainer. Comes with a stand so you can keep it out of trouble. Same quality as that gin. I'll probably offend thesis and say I would probably rather have one or two of these over the Ming War gin. It's it's a preference. I have a history with this type of blade. Hello, Grant Lankard. Right now we're going through the sale blades that have come up on Amazon for trainers. These are wonderful. I have several of them. However, this grip's bulge right here in the belly of the grip, not comfy. It does sadden me greatly. And it doesn't come with a sheath. So, I'm keeping training through. I can't believe they made a Kit Ray training sword. Friends don't let friends buy that. Yeah, isn't it nice? Botrix correctly joined the chat. I always feel good when Botrix joins the chat. It's good to have him watching my back. I can't even believe they did this. I feel dirty just looking at it. It makes me a little sick to the stomach. I think I may have had the poster for the hanger version of this. This is disgusting, but it's there for somebody who wants it, I suppose. The full katana set for $50. You can't beat that. I'm actually shocked that they have, seriously? They have the katana, the wakizashi, and it's coming with the little garbage sheath, the frog, and belt that would be far too small for anyone of my chunkiness. That's kind of nice. Not gonna lie. That's kind of nice. That's going to be problematic. Because at 50, you were getting a lot in that set. I'm not Katana Man, but boy, that's a nice set. That is a scary nice set. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this on my list, and I will sort my lists out later. I am not putting that on my list, and you can't make me. I'm looking because, frankly, they keep popping new swords out. See, that's the exact same sword. Oh, Oakrest? Yeah, it's there too. So, Lord of the Rings guys, what basically has happened is they've gotten old enough they're marking them down. That means they're probably marking them down for removal. So, if you're looking to collect the set, it's not a bad time to do that. We're just going to keep on trucking. Oh, that's from Amazon influencers. I can't tell if that is live steel or not, so I have to look. Yep, that's supposedly flexible steel. I don't spar with that style of weapon, so I'm not going to reference it. But we're going to keep right on trucking to see. I am looking for something else. And if I cannot find it, I will have to type in new search quandaries. Okay, I have these guys too. You guys have seen that. 29 is a good price. They are down to almost half what they were going for. And that's the old. Is that the old style? No, that's the new style. That's good because it's less likely to break. I know the Koepp was floating around. I think I skimmed past it. But also on my to consider list is this set. Because it not only is two sets of essentially K-bar assault knives, which are some of my favorite knives on earth, if you like the heavy knife style, they come with, again, the sheaths. And I want to start training you guys to train from the sheath. It's not as fun, but in the long run, it makes you better fighters. Now, as I go through, because I did not expect to find so many things I had not seen before in the list of things I had not expected to find. Now, see, this is why they're toning down, because that is interesting. They must have a new line coming out. Yeah, because now they have the Witcher sword coming out, which I had not seen. Which tells me they're probably discontinuing the Lord of the Rings stuff. A lot of this is stuff I've already seen. Cisco's Live Steel. And this is the pirate knife. I bet that's got an. Yeah, this is the one that comes with the shield. That's how much it costs individually. See, I have this problem of that is a length I really like. It is a very practical machete style trainer. Don't let the decoration fool you. That could be something truly useful. Oh. And now we're getting into the custom ones that are a little more expensive, but some of these come with great training videos. I'm just looking to see if there's any that just screams necessity. That's the God of War. That's not the. There are several really neat replica trainers of polypropylene replica trainers of game-related things. And I find that neat. I find that interesting. We also have... I've been looking for things like this because you're getting training videos. And if you're going to pay a similar price and you're not sure about the system, picking up something like this is not a bad idea. I actually have a set similar that were gifted to me. I need to do a review on that video series. But frankly, I am just a little in awe of some of these trainers I'm seeing because they just simply didn't exist last week. Okay, it looks like I have Oh, that's enough. I don't know that video game. I do not know that video game. What are you? That's foam. So that's a LARPy sword. Okay. That's why it looks a little on the funny. This is the Cold Steel new version of the tactical katana machete. And yes, I would rather use that than a great many period ones because the steel's less fragile. However, am I seeing anything that really jumps out at me, or we're starting to switch over to more live steel or wooden trainers, and that's nothing spanky. So I found some truly great things to discuss, and I think that's going to help you guys. I know that was on the list. I may review some more of that later. I want to come here and check Deal of the Day to see if they're doing anything interesting with our good friends at Purple Heart Armory. And they are, sold out. I know a couple people who wanted that Chris dagger, so I'm going to have to pass that along because that's a decent price for that. And nothing else is really jumping in my book. And those are beautiful wooden arming swords, but wood gets so dinged up so quickly that I really can't recommend it. Let me see. Now, if I come here, I come over here, I hit new and upcoming, and we see what he's been up to. War Scythe Trainer, so that mounts. That's interesting. Does he talk about how to mount it on there? Because these are things that you guys have asked about. And if I can service you guys by finding things you guys have asked about ahead of things. Mexican Vita knives, very similar to the outline of some German knives. The gauge. Interesting. I like to. Yes, the Halo sword, a trainable Halo sword. Why not? I worry about the flexibility in the hilt of this. The pointer sword is definitely a sword worth buying. And it's going to be $50. You have to understand it's going to be $50 when you order because of the shipping. However, guys, I can't begin to tell you how wonderful these guys are. I've reviewed them. I have it down. I have one downstairs. They're a great deal of fun. This is getting so close to a specific sword I am looking for. I can taste it. But I know one I can't see. I would like to see the offside. But I love that it's almost a basket hilt. I mean, this is truly tempting to me. I have spoken with Christian about trying to get a Charles III trainer. Now this, I've handled this. Our dear friend Trilaina has one of these. And the Tallhofer buckler, if you are a buckler nut and you want a small, fast, light, aggressive parrying buckler, this is the one to get, especially if you're using poly weapons. I can't suggest it enough. So I think we have got through mostly on the things I haven't mentioned recently. I will continue looking. I know. Let's see. That's basic trainers. Synthetic swords. Because I know there's some new things that he's put out, but finding them can be challenging. And we're going to go through and look at that. It doesn't look like I'm seeing a lot If you are strong, if your grip is solid, the Knight's Shop long sword and short sword, these rigs are just simply phenomenal. Uh, they are just simply phenomenal, utter tanks. If I had the money and I were doing longsword teaching, I would advise the 10 pack. It's that good, but it's not something I need. So we have done a bit. Oh yeah, I want to look at one other thing real quick. I have two chunks in here I have to check before I leave because they pop up. If it allows me. Why did it do that? Okay, here's the rapier. I have not heard enough about Regenier weapons to really want them. And the pricing, frankly, has been well outside what I could justify. The padded rapier doesn't intrigue me, and I did not know that it holds an actual crossguard that could be used for having a proper keyhole grip. Of course, it's out of stock. I want an email when they are back in stock so that I can tell you. Now, if you're buying anything from PHA, please, please, please consider looking up the link I have in the description because it is a pay link. Okay. Now, I understand that what we've gone through has been rather on the expensive side. I've tried to find a variety of pricing options for those of you who are looking to support your local swordsman or swordswoman or swords, whatever they're going by. I forgot to put the hairpin in, so you'll have to give me a sec. I keep having it fall out. My rigging isn't doing what it's supposed to. But if I can get it right, it will do what it needs to do. 1 second. Come on, get in there and get like that. There we are. Now the calamity is briefly contained. The part of why I'm doing this is training should not be expensive. Okay? If you want basic especially one-handed weapon training, that's what the simple sword was born for. You might want to get it now if you haven't, because at some point in the next year, I will be doing a second edition, which will replace this edition, meaning all the typos and other errors in here will be gone to the ages. So it will be a bit of a collector's item. I hope that has been of service to you, and I hope the books I do have been of service to you. We are working towards making certain that as the cost of things goes up, training is still available. I need to check something because I did get a message. I was recently spotted I think it's night. Walking with a new staff. And that is not the staff that it was. Why is it? Let's go. It's the company, but I'm trying to find the version. Oh. It seems like they're not coming up where they should be, so I am a little confused. So I'll have to dig to see why they're not coming up. But I was going to give you guys a link to the training staff that I've been using. And as it's not coming up, I'm just going to have to forego that. Next week, we'll probably discuss homemade. You know, the best route to go for low cost homemade gear, and we'll do a walkthrough of some of our favorites ahead of the holiday season, so that if you need time to make things for your significant other or yourself or your students or your instructors, you have options. And I hope that they are very serviceable to you, because my goal is to first, whenever possible, find you ways to do things at the lowest possible cost, preferably citing small businesses. But I understand that the economy does not always allow that in certain niche interests. Um, I can't offer the high end stuff because I can't review it, because I can't afford to review it. I'm only able to afford this stuff because of your generosity. And rest assured, a large number of the items that I buy and review are shuffled off to the next deserving or needing student or friend who needs to have the access to the tool. That's what I do. I'm not running a charity here. I'm not running charity in anything I do. I'm usually running what I like to say, a very charitably minded business, because my goal at the end is to make enough to be able to keep doing what I'm doing in the long run and to establish a legacy for my son. Like, establishing legacy does require a bit of profit, and that's not a dirty word. But I think if I go spend next episode going over the simplest, easiest ways to make trainers, I may do some other videos featuring the making of basic trainers with basic equipment, going old school, for the home swordsman, the home sword maker, cutler, I believe would be the right term, at least for trainers. And beyond that, we're going to see. But as chat is very quiet tonight, I will, unless there are other questions, simply call it tonight. I want you guys to succeed. I want you to have the tools to succeed. I want them to be as available as possible. This is why I keep my books as cheap as possible. This is why I do so many free demonstrations and explanations at places like the public library. It's why I do programming. And it's why, when my health allows and my situation allows, I run practices for what I think is the best group of people on the planet. It is an absolute privilege and a joy. Every day I can get up and walk on my own 2 feet, take my hands, braces or not, and drill with a sword, because not everyone has that option. It is an innate blessing and innate opportunity for us to learn and to share our knowledge with others so that you can start, continue, or expand that of others as their journey into a life that's more exciting, more adventurous, more fulfilling, and as several very nice people say, more safely dangerous, or be dangerous safely, depending which way my dyslexia gets a hold of it. Just about everything in my life that is good, I have carved out of the world around me with a training sword of one kind or another. The skill set I have developed has helped me give confidence to folks who otherwise would not have it. It has given me the necessary reflexes and trained reaction time in the past to save my life in dangerous situations. It has given me fulfillment. It has given me direction. It has given me a place to put a great many emotions. So tonight, I hope that your sword is always faster than that of the demons that pursue you. I hope that you always get to stay the hero in your own story. I hope you are supported in your adventures and that you always have enough. And I will be back, barring disaster. Let me double check the calendar real quick. The 21st for another episode of the Historical Fencing Guild's live stream. If you have comments or questions, please throw them in the chat or contact me directly. All my information is in the description. Thank you to my my amazing Patreon folks. Thank you to my incredible supporters. It is wonderful to have a business relationship with people like Christian Dorst. It is beautiful to see American companies doing what they can. I don't have merchandise links for anybody else, but I love what Christian is doing, and I love that he is bringing through his basic line incredibly customized trainers to people at a price they can afford in America. Keep fighting the good fight, guys. Do your drills. Keep your guard up. Be kind to yourself and each other. And as always, thank you for supporting your local swordmaster. I told you I'll be back, so I will. With that, I do have some matters that need careful observation, so I will be saying adieu. Stay safe, stay warm, and stay out of trouble, folks. Toodles.